It takes a long time for a wave to develop. Some ocean waves travel thousands of miles before they hit land. As the wind blows over a vast expanse of water, it pushes the water molecules forward. There's a vast amount of energy and time that goes into making a wave, but it all starts with water and wind. There's more to surfing than just showing up and expecting there to be surfable waves. A good surfer, like a good dancer or a good actor, has to learn how to listen and interact with their partner. A good surfer has to know where the breaks are, where the waves are, how the wind is affecting the stability of the wave. It's not just about throwing yourself on top of the ocean. You have to learn how to listen and interact with your partner. Surf cams allow those who aren't close to the water to see the waves up close and personal. It's this kind of personal reporting or personal forecasting, which has become more advanced in recent years, but it has its roots in one of the most tumultuous times in history.
The basis for all of our forecasting technique and a lot of our weather forecasting comes out of the surge in science and the surge in the technology for collecting that science and the way for evaluating that science that comes out of World War II, out of amphibious warfare.
Starting with, there was the planned invasion of North Africa, and of course Normandy and D-Day, Saving Private Ryan. I mean, you know what the situation was like in the best of cases.
Yeah.
And now picture if there's a 8 to 10 foot swell running. The landing craft are getting tumbled and tossed sideways, and the guys are drowning the landing craft, and then the guys behind them can't get into the beach, so they're stuck out in 20 feet of water.
You go in on a 6-8 foot day, tens of thousands of people could die.
So if they had decided to delay it, it would have been a debacle, a complete disaster. It was fortunate for the Allies that they did have the forecasting system in place.
I started shaping surfboards, mostly for myself. I loved, obviously, like most surfers do, getting that new board and getting it under my arm, but I was pretty, paid pretty close attention to detail and, and then starting to travel and ride different types of waves around the world. I designed a board more or less for a customer or a surfer who's looking for something specific to accommodate a certain kind of wave. I've had quite a few magic boards, and that's kind of one of the things that keeps me going.
Dive in.
The effect of man on the coastline, on the surf, on the beach may seem imperceptible, but certain organizations have taken responsibility for man's influence on the coast.
Surfrider is a nonprofit environmental organization that's dedicated to the protection and enjoyment of the world's ocean, waves, and beaches for all people. It was founded back in 1984 in LA around Malibu by a handful of surfers that were upset because they wanted to change the way the creek was flowing there at Malibu, and it was going to change the form of the wave. A few local surfers said, hey, we need to rally against this because the wave's going to change, and also it's going to possibly bring pollution out into the lineup.
What we're doing is a beach cleanup here, and once everyone's done, they bring all their bags over here, and then we weigh them and kind of sift through them and see what kind of trash people are finding on the beach. We have a couple interesting items. Right here are some planters for gardens, clothing, your usual picnic items. Plastics we really try to get because these take forever to biodegrade, and when they do, they kind of flake off and marine life mistake them as food and eat them.
Beach cleanups from a surfer's perspective just helps keep our environment clean. With surfing, a lot of times when you get out in the water, it's just to kind of get away from it all, to be one with nature. So to see a plastic bag floating by, something like that, it's kind of disturbing. We want to have that pristine environment when we're out there surfing. You know, we want to be out there with the kelp and the reef and the animals, not with the litter and the bottles and the bags.
We're doing our best, getting people out here every weekend, trying to get the word out and get people to care about their community, because this is everyone's backyard here.
Momentum. Real momentum, you know, the momentum of the wave, paddling out, dropping in, popping up on the board, the other surfers, the seaweed, the animals that you see, feeling the power of the ocean pushing you toward the shore. It's a dance. It's a dance with your partner.
Surfing means to me something very individualistic and fluid and connected with nature. It's about the tide, you know, it's about the weather, the wind.
It's amazing when the water's warm in the summertime and you come over the wave and the spray just gets you in the face. It just feels good.
Just that one moment, it feels like you're with the wave. You and the wave are just kind of one. You know, it sounds kind of corny, but it's so awesome though.
It means like a bond between the surfer and the board and the water, and having fun, being able to ride a wave.
Freedom, that's it, pure freedom. When you're out on that board and you're out on that wave, dude, I mean, it's just you, the board, and nature.